Hi everyone, Caroline here. Have you noticed how much the energies have changed? And how much these energies are now calling for us to go back to deep clearing and deep releasing of the energies that we contain within our human vessels? Have you noticed this call to suddenly just kind of go back and do another layer or level of deep clearing so that we can once again move and shift something to allow for the next level of new, whatever that means? You know what? The energies have changed. Something has shifted. There's something in the air. And maybe you can also sense it, especially when you look around in the collective or whatever it is that is in your direct influence that is mirroring things back to you. You can tell maybe from your life experiences, from your families, from your relationships, from what's going on around that something has changed. And if you're sensitive to tapping into the changes in the energies, you can also feel that there's something out there in the ethers. There's just something that is about to happen or is compelling a forward movement into something. Something has shifted. I am sensing it and I can see it in my life experiences. And for this reason alone, I am now going back into doing heavy clearing work on my behalf. Heavy clearing of energies on behalf of my family, of my DNA, of my lineage, of my soul family. I don't even know who. Whatever and whoever is connected to me, I am going back deep within myself and doing the clearing work because I'm feeling that something must change. And I know that whatever change that one of us does within ourselves, for good or for worse, hopefully for good, that shift changes a lot on the consciousness stream of those who are connected to us. And whatever release that we do on our own behalf is also a release for those who are connected to us genetically, by DNA, by soul family, by energy. You know what I mean? So if one person consciously releases on their own behalf, they're releasing on behalf of a lot of people. So this is what I've been doing. The way I see it, as more light comes into our beings, a lot more is required of us. You know what I mean? Because we begin to see on a wider, expanded scale of consciousness the way things really are. And as we see things from within, we remember the oneness of all of us. We remember the perfection of all of us, even though things look imperfect on the outside. And somehow within us, we are able to remember that we are here to bring light. And light shifts, light balances out, light harmonizes things. And this is what I feel compelled to do at this time. And I'm sort of taken back to some time last year in October 2021. I was so compelled to start doing activities that increase my light. You know what I mean? And I knew that feeling and that compulsion that I had from within was going to bring a lot of changes in my life. And I'm just ready for the new me based on the new information that is now coming to me. And so much has happened. So many interesting things have happened since I started increasing light into my consciousness. I'm going to try to share a little bit of everything or a little bit of what I'm drawn to share on this channel every once in a while, because it's so funny how it happens when light increases in your body. The memories of things that you thought that you wanted to do, the planned activities, or anything that was connected to the old energies just kind of dies off. Then you now have fresh incoming information. And because this information is new, sometimes you don't even know what to do with it because you're still thinking, oh my gosh, maybe I need to focus more on that old energy that was there before this new light came into my being. And the interesting thing, again, let me just say this, as new light comes into your being, it flashes out the old energies. There's just no way because there's a density there. You're compelled to now go deeper and work on those old energies because that light comes in powerfully into your being and the old densities, you know what I mean, or the shadows within you are forced to be exposed, So you have to deal with those shadows because there's no way out. There's just no way out. And so this is what I've been experiencing in my life. And because of all this, I've been going through a lot of deep cleansing processes. And honestly, I can't even believe some of the things that I've been forced to like face. You know, sometimes you think after all these years, with all these things that I now know and all this wisdom that I now have and all the steps that I've gone through, how can this thing still be happening? But of course, man, I'm telling you, to up level yourself, which is something that I'm choosing to do. I'm choosing to up level myself. I'm not like, you know, trying to play any games, man. I just kind of feel that I'm sort of done with a lot of these things that are going on here. I really want to up level myself because I feel that this is just where I have to go. I know a lot of people, maybe some people are not really interested on certain levels of things, but I'm interested. So I'm doing the work, and I'm usually very, very committed to doing the processes. This is just the way I'm wired, and this is just the way that I've always been. Once I'm committed to something, I'm going gung-ho on that path. And this is the path that I'm choosing. I'm choosing to wake up. I'm choosing to ascend with the planet. I'm choosing consciousness. This is just how it is. So anyway, a lot of things have been happening in my direct life experience. It's not happening directly to me, but it's happening to members of my family. They're going through a lot of things. So it's almost like I'm observing these things. These things are not touching me directly, but in observing their lives, I'm just noticing that people are going through some tough things, you know? And I'm thinking to myself, this can't be right. This can't be right. Of course, everybody has to go through certain things. And I know that people always play roles for each other. So sometimes something can be going on in my life and it's just for me personally. And sometimes something can be going on in my life, but it's for other people around me to experience something from the process that I'm going through for their own growth or whatever. You know what I mean? So everyone is always playing roles for each other. And it's up to you to kind of see what's happening and what time it is with whatever it is that is going on in your direct life experience. And if it's necessary for your growth, that's fine. And by the same token, if whatever is going on in your direct life experience has nothing to do with you, or you don't feel any type of way about it, then you can also move on from those things. But for me, I was thinking that as a light bearer, which I know I am, as a light bearer, whatever is going on in the direct life experience of my family, there has to be something that I can do. So what I've been personally doing is standing in the gap for my family. I've been using myself and my energy as a clearing portal on behalf of my family because it's just too much. It's just too much. You know what I mean? So I've been writing down all the templates of all the discordant energies that are happening in my family and clearing them from within myself. I'm not going directly to anybody to say anything about anything. I'm just saying, because I am always working on increasing the light in my being and releasing the energies and transmuting these energies, that I want these same light energies to flow through me into my family. So I'm going right at the root causes of the energies that are causing all this chaos in my family. You know, the thing is this: a lot of the physical density issues or illnesses that even happen in our lives are as a result of the emotional densities that are held within our vessels of whatever kind. And some of these things are really deeply hidden and rooted. For example, in my family, there's a lot of abandonment issues. There's a lot of victimization. There's a lot of manipulation. There's a lot of control. There's a lot of avoidance issues. There's a lot of rejection. There's a lot of distrust. There's a lot of loneliness. You know what I mean? And because of some of these templates, a lot of things manifest to prove to people within the family that these things are happening. And every time people are trying to move on with their lives, or every time people are trying to resolve things, some aspect or element of these issues that I've mentioned always try to bring the family down, always try to bring the relatives down, or anyone, even myself. You know what I mean? I'm not even excluded from this thing, because what happens to one is really happening to all. This is how the larger collective energy is one, as within, so without. You know what I mean? It's just what it is. So even I always run these templates, and I was just like, you know what? I need to do some clearing work on my behalf and on behalf of my family. So this is what I've been doing. And maybe you guys can also relate to some of these things that I'm talking about, because I'm sure almost all families are the same. You might run a slightly different template in your family, or it might be the same thing that happens all the time, but still families are families, and you know, as happens to one, it happens to all. Anyway, so I have been neutralizing, I have been canceling and deleting and releasing and transmuting into light all those inverted matrix codes of abandonment and rejection, of unworthiness, of guilt, of shame, of victimization, of manipulation, of control, of narcissism, all those templates, I have just been transmuting them into light, into highest source light. And I've just been aligning my family with the new codes of this particular time based on these new energies of love and light. And I have been allowing the channel of light that is flowing through me on behalf of myself and of my family to just ground into the electromagnetic field of the earth and its new frequencies. You know what I mean? And I want that energy to flow into each and every one of them and just uplift them and really shift something within them. Because, oh, truly, 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 my desire is that people might experience goodness once again. You know what I mean? I really don't even care what it is that anybody says about anything. I'm just doing what I need to do or what I feel I need to do on behalf of my family. If the energies can reach them and touch them, whether it's my soul family, my lineage, or whatever it is that happened somewhere down the line, I just feel like it's time for something new. And I just want the best for my family and for everyone involved. Because you know what? Sometimes you just look around and you just feel that this is not the way things need to be, or this is just not how you want people to experience life, or even you want to experience life. This is just not it. And the work that we can do for ourselves and even on behalf of others costs nothing. You know what I mean? And I don't even know how it manifests out there. All I know is just I want more light in this world. I just want more light in this world. Certain people probably will not accept that or have chosen a different version. And of course, then this is not for you. But then still, this is just my perspective of how I want to experience my life and also how I want to experience the world, which I know is already here. That higher version of life is already here and we're always drifting in and out of it. But that doesn't mean that we sometimes forget about everyone else and how the world template is being infused by the love that we are creating and spreading, not only for ourselves, but on behalf of everyone else. We are the ones who are creating this new world. We are the ones who are creating the new earth. We are the ones who are creating the 5D energies and above. We are the ones living and existing on those planes. We are the ones who are here at this time. So crystal lovers, awakened beings, clear away, transmute everything into the highest light. Let it go out into the grid. Let it go out into the universe. Let it go out to your family members. And let's just, turn this thing around, not only for ourselves, but on behalf of everyone else. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I love you guys. And until next time, bye.